Seasickness can ruin your vacation in minutes, but these 5 things can keep you steady and nausea-free.
Hello, I'm Ray,
And I'm Barbara.
and we love to go on cruises.
We want to share our experiences and our knowledge with you in hopes to inspire and educate.
So we could be a blessing to others who share our passion.
So the first thing is meclizine, which is also under the name of bonine or dramamine or Seacalm, or there's a bunch of names for it. The one that seems to work to keep you less drowsy, for us anyway, is bonine. And there is another one called Zentrip for like fast acting, where you can just put it on your tongue. And that came really in handy. One of our last cruises, our son in the middle of dinner just turned very pasty white out of the blue, and it seemed like nothing had happened like that caused it. We didn't feel any like really bad rocking. He just completely all color drained from his face, and thankfully my sister had one of those quick Zen trips. He put it in his mouth, and within minutes he was back on track to eat dinner and no issues. Of course, the staff was bringing him a bunch of ginger ales the rest of the cruise, but those bonine, meclizine, all that stuff is a number one go-to for most people, and it definitely works for us. Other than those medications, we also have the Seacalm bands. They're little wristbands that have pressure point triggers on there, where it helps to alleviate that feeling of nausea from the pressure point on your wrist. My daughter uses them all the time and really works well for her. Sometimes she will have to take some medication, but for the most part, that is enough to keep her on track and not feeling seasick in any way. Other things that are more natural type of treatment would be a green apple, and also if you have ginger, lozenges or any type of ginger will also help. So those 2 options are great if you do start to feel a little seasick and you're okay to eat. If you're feeling seasick and you're not going to be able to to eat anything, then that really wouldn't help. But I got actually a little seasick on one of our last cruises last year, and which I normally don't, and I don't know what triggered it. I'm not sure why, but all of a sudden I just didn't feel quite right, and I wasn't quite interested in having medication. It wasn't too severe, so I had a green apple, and I was actually quite surprised that it did work for me. I haven't tried the ginger, but I've heard that this is another alternative, that you can get some ginger candies and just suck on some of that if you start to feel it. Obviously, if it's a more sudden onset and it's more severe, that those probably wouldn't be the best options, but they are good if you just start to feel a little like, a little nausea or a little bit of the sensitivity to the motion. Option that we have listed for helping with seasickness is prescription. Actually, it's scopolamine. It's a patch. I think people put it behind their ear, but you can get that patch. But it is a prescription, so that would be something if you're really concerned, or if you do have high motion sickness normally, then you would want to go to your doctor and be prepared with maybe that to take along with you. And the last tip would be, when you're booking your room, that you would want to book on the middle of the ship, and a little bit lower might be a little more stable, so you wouldn't feel the rocking of the ship as much. You could also talk to, if you have a cruise agent, or if you talk to the cruise directly, ask them the specific rooms that would be best if you are sensitive for motion sickness. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe.